Hi everyone. In this session, we will be discussing PAS 8 and the related amendments effective January 1, 2023. So let's start by defining the important terms that we will be encountering in this standard. So magsimula po tayo sa accounting policies. Ano nga ba ang mga tinatawag nating accounting policy? The standard defined it as the specific principles, bases, conventions, and rules and practices applied by an entity in preparing and presenting their financial statements. So ano ba yung example ng mga accounting policies natin? Let's say for inventories. Ayan. So meron tayong mga different ways on how to present our inventories, the cost of our inventories. No, we can use FIFO model. We can even use weighted average cost model. Ayan. Now for the accounting estimates, no. So just this February 2001, no, the recent amendment that was issued in February 2001 and effective January 2023. So this is added to the standard, no, yung definition ng accounting estimates. So accounting estimates are defined as the monetary amounts in financial statements that are subject to, take note of this, measurement uncertainty. Kasi nga po, estimates lang, okay, ini-estimate lang natin yung valuation niya. So it can be subject to uncertainty. So pwede talaga siyang magbago. So one of the amendments pa, no, is the previous definition of change in accounting estimate. So itong definition po na ito ay this was removed. Okay. Ayan. So, tinanggal po ito sa ating PAS 8, yung definition ng change in accounting estimate. So, ano ba yung tinanggal doon sa standard na definition? So, yung change in accounting estimate, it was defined as the adjustment of the carrying amount of an asset or liability or related expense resulting from reassessing the expected future benefits and obligations associated with that liability. So even if this was removed from the standard, so when you check the current standards, wala na tong paragraph that defines a change in accounting estimate, but the board kept some clarifications on changes in accounting estimates. So ano po yung mga clarifications? First is that a change in accounting estimate that results from new information or new developments, okay, they are not the correction of an error. Okay? So kahit meron tayong pag meron tayong mga bagong information, bagong developments that may affect our estimation of the values, no, it is not considered a correction of an error. Okay, so what else? The effects of a change in an input or a measurement technique used to develop an accounting estimate are changes in accounting estimate if they do not result from the correction of prior period errors. So kapag ito ay hindi nagre-result from a correction, okay, so it is a change in accounting estimate. Okay? So ano ba yung example ng mga accounting estimates natin? There we have our depreciation. Okay, so bakit ang depreciation po natin ay accounting estimate? Kasi basically, sa pag-set up po natin ng depreciation, sa pagpili natin ng depreciation method, no, we are estimating yung life niya. We are estimating kung ano ba yung return ng value uh, nitong mga PPE natin, no, as it depreciates over time. Okay, so speaking of PPE, so take note po natin sa mga plant property and equipment natin, kasama po dyan ang land, but land is not being depreciated. It's not being depreciated. Okay? Alright, sige. So next part tayo, prior period errors. Ayan. So prior period errors are what? Omissions from Okay? Omissions, mga hindi na isama, and misstatements in the entity's financial statements for one or more period arising from failure to use or misuse of reliable information that was available when the financial statements for those periods were authorized for issue and could reasonably be expected to have been obtained and taken into account in the preparation and presentation of those financial statements. Okay, so ano pong ibig sabihin nito? So, basically, no, ang mga prior period errors. So, ito po ay ang mga pagkakamali sa nakaraan na kailangang itama sa kasalukuyan. Ayan, okay? So, yung mga errors na to, it can include yung effects ng mga mathematical mistakes natin or di kaya mistakes in applying accounting policies. So pwedeng it's following the PFRS or the PAS yung standards natin, pero pwedeng mali ng interpretation or mali ng application sa transaction itself. So we have to correct that. What else? Pwedeng meron tayong oversight or misinterpretation of facts. Okay, so meron tayong mga information and facts that we were not able to take into consideration that resulted in errors. All right? So ano pang included sa prior period errors? Of course, included po dyan ang fraud. Okay? Pero syempre, fraud is a different case kasi fraud is what? Intentional. Okay? So, next part natin is selection and application of accounting policies naman. Ayan. So, sabi natin kanina, balikan natin yung ating definition of accounting policy. So, these are the principles, okay, that we are applying or the entity is applying sa pagpe-prepare at pag-present po ng financial statements natin. So, there are different accounting policies that we can choose from, pero the question is that how do we select? Okay, how do we select the policies that we are going to apply to different transactions? So dito po papasok, no? So itong presentation natin dito, itong present dito, no, naka-list down, ito yung ating hierarchy or pagkakasunod-sunod. Ano po ba yung ating susundin or priority nating sundin, okay? When we are selecting accounting policies. All right? Meron tayong number one, ang ating PFRS. Ayan, number one yan. So ano po ba ang PFRS? Okay? Philippine Financial Reporting Standards. Ito po yung mga standards and interpretations adopted by the Financial Reporting Standards Council. So dito sa ating PFRS, hindi lang siya yung PFRS alone, pero kasama dyan yung ating mismong mga PFRS, yung ating mga PAS, Philippine Accounting Standards, and of course, interpretations. Okay? So for example, no, for our inventories, we can use PAS2. We can refer to PAS2. For for property, plant, and equipment, we can then refer to PAS16. Okay, so babalikan lang natin yung mismong mga standards natin. So in the absence of standards and standards, guidance, and interpretation, we can refer to judgment or management judgment in developing relevant and reliable accounting policies. So when making judgments, ito yung ating mga considerations. So first is that the management shall, okay, shall, so ibig sabihin required, management shall consider the following requirements in other PFRS dealing with similar transactions and our conceptual framework. Okay? Other than that, management may consider what else pronouncements issued by other standard setting bodies and other accounting literature and industry practices. Ayan. So as you enter accounting firms, you will learn more regarding the industry practices as you become more experienced. Okay? So, entity shall select and apply its accounting policies consistently for similar transactions. Ayan. So, take note natin, consistently. Okay? So, as accountants, dapat we don't settle sa hindi consistent. Okay? Pumili po tayo ng consistent. Before we proceed with the changes in accounting policies and changes in accounting estimates, so let us talk about retrospective application and prospective application. Ayan. Alright, so ano po ba ang kanilang pinagkaiba, no? So, as defined by the standard, retrospective application is applying a new policy to transactions, other events, and conditions as if, ayan, as if the policy has always been applied. Okay. So, AKA, i-apply mo yung pagbabago niya as if matagal na siyang nagbago nung umpisa pa lang. Okay? So, ano yung ating example dito, no, before we proceed with the prospective application? So, sabi natin kanina nga, sample of accounting policy is our treatment for our inventory. Now, prospective application. Okay? Pag sinabi nating prospective application, ayan, so from the term itself, prospect, ibig sabihin targeted. Yan. So pag sinabing prospective, ito po yung sinasabi na from this day forward, yun ang ating focus. From this day forward, ang ating pagbabago. AKA, mag-move on ka na. Okay? Prospective application. So hindi to pwede doon sa mga nang-uungkat ng past. So pag nang-uungkat ng past, doon kayo sa retrospective. Ang mga magaling mag-move on, prospective. Okay? Sige. So magbigay po tayo ng ating actual samples. No? Sige. Ayan. So let's say for retrospective application, ayan, itong Y1 natin, this is the current year. Okay. So let's say for the current year, gugamit na po tayo ng FIFO. Ayan. Pero nung ating previous year, naka-weighted average ka. Okay, so sabi natin retrospective as if it has always been applied. Okay? So ang gagawin po natin dito, dapat ipakita natin na as if in the prior year, okay, naka-FIFO rin po tayo. And of course, for the future years, ayan, sa mga succeeding period, same policy yung ating gagamitin. Okay, so ayan, yung past and then yung ating future periods. Okay, ayan. So for the prospective application naman, sabi nga natin, from this day, and forward. Okay? So, sample natin dito, let's say, depreciation method. Okay? So, halimbawa, for the current year, year 1, naka-SYD tayo. Pero, for the prior year, naka-straight line ka. Okay? So, sabi nga natin, prospective, dapat mag-move on ka na. Huwag mo nang pakialaman yung past. Okay? So, kaya yan naka-red. So, ito, hindi na po natin yan papakailaman. Let it be. Kahit naka-straight line pa yan at nagdesisyon na kayo this current year na sum of the years digit na kayo. So, don't mind the prior period. Okay? But for the future period, for the current period up unto the future periods, so we can apply yung ating change in accounting estimate or change sa ating depreciation method. Okay, so I hope you understand that, no? So again, retrospective as if the policy has already been applied. And then for the prospective application, it is from the current period up to the from current period onwards. Okay, so don't mind the past. All right, sige. Alright, so changes in accounting policies, no? So yung mga changes natin sa different accounting policies natin, kailan po ba natin siya ina-allow or when are those permitted? First one, no, is una, dapat it is required by an IFRS or by a PFRS. Ayan. And if it results in financial statements providing reliable and more relevant information. So if you remember, isa sa mga qualitative, okay, take note, isa sa mga qualitative characteristics of a financial statement is that it should be relevant. So if it would require us to have a change sa ating accounting policy kasi mas magiging relevant na information natin kapag gumamit na tayo ng first in, first out method instead of the previous weighted average method na ginagamit natin. So we can apply that. All right? So take note natin to. Next, if there are no specific transition provisions, changes in accounting policies po is retrospective, as if it has been always applied. Okay, so for the changes in accounting estimates naman, ano yung kailangan nating i-take note of? Alright, so for changes in accounting estimates, it should be recognized in our P&L. Okay, so recognize in our P&L. Kailan po? In the period of change or in the period of change and future periods. Okay, so depending on what is affected. Okay? So changes in accounting estimates, it is prospective. Ayan, prospective. So yung mga nag-estimate, madaling mag-move on, pinipiling mag-move on. Okay. So, paano naman po ma'am kapag may errors? Prior period errors. So, an entity, take note natin, an entity must correct all. Okay po, all prior period errors retrospectively. Retrospectively. Okay? So, we restate the comparative amounts for the prior period presented in which the error occurred, and we restate the opening balances of assets, liabilities, and equity for the earliest period presented. Ayan. So, sabi natin dito, no, retrospectively, but take note po, meron ditong minention na it should be restated. Ayan, restate. So, let's define what is retrospective restatement. It is it is correcting the recognition, measurement, and disclosure of amounts of elements of the FS as if, ito na naman, ang daming as if a prior period error have never occurred. Okay. So sa retrospective restatement naman, i-correct natin siya as if hindi siya nagkamali. Okay? So kapag retrospective application, sabi natin, as if nagbago na siya, matagal na siyang nagbago. The policy has always been applied, as if always ganun siya. Pag retrospective restatement naman, so ganun pa rin, as if, pero as if hindi po nangyari ang error. Okay? So we have to take note din dito, no, sa mga, if there are prior period errors, so pine-present natin siya na yung comparative amount, no, so ganito. Pwede natin siyang i-present na ito yung ating current year, let's say December 2023. Let's say meron tayong mga na-find out na on December 2023, we found out that there are errors nung 2022. So there are instances then that we are restating the opening balances, okay, as mentioned here, ng mga assets, liabilities, and equity natin for the earliest period presented. So ibig sabihin, kung 2023, dito natin na-discover ang error, error for 2022, nalaman natin noong 2023 lang, we have to also restate the opening balance. So kaya, yan. So there are instances that you also present January 2022 balances, which actually just also refers sa ating December 2021 balance, diba? But it shows as an opening balance. So as affected ito, no? So kung talagang affected yung opening balance natin dahil sa mga errors that we discovered. So we also have to present it that way. Okay, ayan. So to summarize, no, so ito yung scope ng ating PAS 8. So meron tayong change in accounting policy, change in accounting estimate, and the correction of prior period errors. So meron tayo ditong mga samples of changes in accounting policies, changes in accounting estimates. So go through lang natin. You can take a screenshot of this so you have a copy. Okay, so sa accounting policies yun, as we mentioned multiple times, change from FIFO to weighted average or to average cost formula. Meron din tayo ditong change from cost model to fair value model of measuring investment property. Change in the method of recognizing revenue from long-term construction contracts. Kung meron tayong change sa new policy because there's a new requirement ng PFRS. Ayan, so katulad nito, no, we have a new PFRS. So that is, or a new standard that was just recently completed, the IFRS 18. Okay? So change in financial reporting framework such as from PFRS for PFRS for SMEs tapos nag-full na sila. Okay? Next, initial adoption of the revaluation model for property, plant, and equipment and intangible assets, and change in business model for classifying financial assets. Next one, changes in accounting estimates naman. So, meron tayo ditong change in depreciation or amortization methods, change in estimated useful lives of depreciable assets, then change in estimated residual value. So basically, yung 1 to 3 speaks of depreciation related, no, or PPE related na mga changes. Next, changes in required allowances for impairment losses and uncollectible accounts. Last one, changes in fair values, less cost to sell of non-current assets held for sale and biological assets. Okay, so if ever man na parang nalilito pa rin kayo, parang ma'am, ganon, ang daming i-memorize or whatever. Okay, so kapag accounting policies kasi, ang tatandaan nyo lang dito, meron siyang mga rules or meron siyang standards na yun yung kanyang, doon siya dependent, yun yung basis niya. Pag estimates kasi, parang ano ba yung basis nito? Kasi future na inflows, no? So, tinatansya mo siya, ine-estimate mo siya. Di ba? Uncollectible accounts, wala naman yung rule or wala naman yung policy na nagsasabi na kapag at this point in time, hindi na yan collectible. Kasi why? It's subject to uncertainties. Tama? Estimates, uncertainties. Discuss natin ganito. So, it can be subject to changes. Depende sa kung ano yung nangyayari in the present. Okay. So, ayun. So, I hope that helps you to identify policies and estimates from one another. So, aside from the change, okay, aside doon sa change natin that we mentioned dito, sa ating change in accounting estimate, no? Diba, tinanggal na nga siya. Ito, tinanggal na to sa standard. Ayan. So, this was removed. And then, this is added. Right? So, another change is that, for PAS 8, so it was a pending change noong 2023 na hinihintay natin na ma-complete yung new standard that will replace PAS 1, which is recently nitong April 2024 lang, it's already completed. So it's called IFRS 18. Okay? So because of that, yung PAS 8 natin na pending change, no? So soon, very soon, so this year, hintayin lang nating mailabas nila yung updates for this year, no? So the PAS 8, it will be changed into basis of preparation, accounting policies, changes in accounting estimates, and errors. Okay, so bakit po siya ginawang ganon? Because the general features of financial statements, imo-move na po siya dito sa PAS 8, and then the PAS 1 will be replaced by the IFRS 18. Okay, so let's have a quick evaluation, or ano ba? Quick assessment rather. Quick assessment on whether you were able to understand or recall. No? Alam ko naman na-encounter nyo na to, na-discuss nyo na to when you were in CFAS or when you are going through the other intermediate accounting subjects. So, recall lang rin natin to, no? Okay, so we have 3 questions here. Please prepare your pen, your paper. All right. So let's try to answer. First one, question 1. According to PAS 8, these are the specific principles, bases, conventions, rules, and practices applied by an entity in preparing and presenting financial statements. A, accounting policies. B, accounting estimates. C, accounting standards. Or D, accounting assumptions. Okay. Sige, bigyan natin kayo ng 5 seconds to answer. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The answer is accounting policies. Okay, so yung mga keywords natin, no, principles, basis, conventions, rules, diba? Applied in preparing the FS. Next one, next question. These arise from misapplication of accounting policies, mathematical mistakes, oversights, or misinterpretation of facts, or fraud. So ano kaya yon? A, impracticable application. B, change in accounting estimate. C, change in accounting policy. Or D, error. So you have 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So the correct answer is the error. Okay, so did everybody get that correctly? Last one, 3. How should the following changes be treated according to PAS 8? Ayan na. Statement 1, a change is to be made in the method of calculating the provision for uncollectible receivables. Statement 2, or change 2, investment properties are now measured at fair value, having previously been measured at cost. Okay, isip-isip po tayo. So, pwede niyong balikan yung previous slide natin for the example. Okay. So, choice A, change in accounting policy, and change in accounting policy. B, change in accounting policy and change of accounting estimate. Next, change of accounting estimate and change of accounting policy. Or D, change of accounting estimate for both of the statements. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So the correct answer is the first statement. So keyword natin dyan, uncollectible receivable. So it's an estimate. Okay, so estimate. And then second one, investment properties are now measured at FV. So it's a policy. All right, so the correct answer is letter C, change of accounting estimate and change of accounting policy. Ayan. Okay, so that's it for PAS 8.